The Emperor's New Clothes. There was once an emperor who cared very deeply about his clothes. He cared less for his council, less for his people, and far less for the business of ruling. What mattered to him was how he appeared and how often he could change his outfit. He had coats for mornings and coats for evenings. He had jackets for sunlight and jackets for shadow. He had garments so fine they were only worn once and then admired forever after. The people of the city knew this well. They did their work while the emperor dressed. One day, two strangers arrived. They introduced themselves as weavers, skilled beyond comparison. They claimed they could make cloth so fine, so remarkable, that it possessed a special quality. Only the clever could see it. Only the worthy. Anyone unfit for their position, they said, would see nothing at all. The emperor was intrigued. Such cloth, he thought, would be very useful indeed. He gave the weavers a room in the palace and provided them with gold, silk, and thread. The weavers bowed deeply and set to work. They set up looms. They made a great show of weaving, but there was nothing on the looms at all. Days passed. The emperor grew curious. He sent one of his most trusted ministers to inspect the work. The minister entered the room and stared at the empty looms. He blinked. He stepped closer. He saw nothing. The minister felt his stomach drop. If he admitted this, what would it mean? So he nodded slowly and smiled. Magnificent, he said. Such lightness, such colour. The weavers smiled back and asked him to describe it. He did, in great detail. The emperor was pleased. He sent another official, then another. Each saw nothing. Each praised the cloth. The descriptions grew more elaborate with every visit. The emperor listened carefully and imagined the finest garments he had ever worn. At last, the weavers announced the clothes were ready. They pretended to lift them from the looms. They pretended to cut and stitch. They pretended to help the emperor into the garments. The emperor stood before a mirror. He saw nothing. For a moment, he hesitated. Then he straightened his shoulders. "It is remarkable," he said. "I have never worn anything so light." The court agreed enthusiastically. A grand procession was announced. The emperor would walk through the city wearing his new clothes. The people gathered. The emperor stepped out, dressed in nothing at all. The crowd stared. Some whispered. Some smiled uncertainly. But no one wanted to be thought unworthy. So they clapped, they cheered, they admired. Among them stood a child. The child looked carefully, then laughed. "He isn't wearing anything," the child said. The words carried. Someone repeated them. Then another. The truth spread quickly. The emperor heard it. He flushed. He knew it was true. But he lifted his head and continued walking. The procession moved on. The weavers were never seen again. The people remembered the day for a long time. And the emperor learned, slowly, that appearances are fragile things.